Hello everybody. I know it's been a while since I have posted a video, but today I am finally going over my DC annual binder. I've had a lot of people request to see a binder update. Some people kind of know what my plans were, and then for those of you who don't, I was basically going for a lot of base parallels, not everything, and but a lot of stuff, including some EPAC exclusive items, and I PC Starfire mainly, but then I have two kind of like side PCs I'm going for. I guess maybe three if you count Teen Titans in general. So like I kind of like picking up Raven when I can, and I might pick up some Beast Boy and Cyborg. But Living Lightning and Red Hood are not Living Lightning, sorry. Livewire and Red Hood are some of my side characters that I collect for here and there. But I have a bunch of stuff to go over with you guys today. This is a 16 pocket page binder, so just, you know, here's my hand and arm for scale. Here is, let's see, let me just grab a top loader just so you can kind of, so there's one top loader, so you can kind of get an idea of how humongous this thing is. I didn't want to put it, I had it in a traditional binder, but a 12 pocket, it wasn't enough space for the number of cards in the set and what I was doing. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get started here. I don't have a top-down, I don't have the ability to do a top-down view, so we're just gonna have to kind of go like this. But, so this is the first page. And as you can see here, I'm doing all of the base cards to the furthest left side, followed by the Silver Sparkle parallels, and then these are the Blaster exclusive blue foil parallels, and then the first numbered card you can get for any base card, which is the green out of 499. So as you can see for this page, I'm almost done with it. Most pages are missing at least one card, especially the blues, so that is kind of unfortunate, but I will get those all picked up eventually. So here, this page is almost complete as well. I'm actually just missing the green for that. EPAC has been a really great resource for picking some of these cards up, and I recently got a bunch of them shipped to me, so from ComC. So this is basically what every page is going to look like until we get to the inserts. So this was a lot of fun. I love the artwork on some of these cards, like this Wally West Flash card is probably one of my favorites. Just love the design on the card. They picked a really, really good image for him. Yeah, so you can see here, I'm just going to kind of tilt the camera view a little bit, that way you can really see everything. Most pages are missing a card or two here and there, but they're pretty much complete, and they look awesome, like Supergirl's. I love it when it's all done. It looks really good, and super excited for this binder. I actually have the green Batman, but I somehow missed that one in my shipment, so it's not here. The Donna Troy card looks incredible. Absolutely love that. That's some Stanley Artgerm art. He is incredible. This page is missing quite a bit, as you can see. But yeah, that's pretty much what all these pages are going to look like for now going forward. So I'm gonna just, you know, go through a little bit here so you can see there's some live wire action right there. You got Batgirl, just missing her blue. I'm sure you can still find blasters in the, like Barnes & Noble had them. Target, I haven't seen them in quite a while, but you can get them online too, of course. And then here's my girl Starfire. Not my favorite image, truthfully. Not my favorite image of her, but that's not gonna stop me from collecting all that rainbow. And yeah, this one, as we get further along, I'm not really sure how that works. There are more missing on some of these pages, like the higher the number gets. And I think that might have to do a bit with collation. there we go. Yeah, see, the Red Hood card is great. I'm gonna pop this out really quick. Like, look at that artwork. It's awesome. Love that one. All of his parallels look really good. The Beast Boy one's pretty fun too. And I would say all of the flash cards look nice. Like, that looks really good, especially in the blue parallel. You got the Batgirl. Yep, the Zatanna, some more Art Germ artwork right there. All of his cards look good. Don't think I've ever seen a bad Art Germ card, or design in general. This page is almost done. Makes me excited to think about this binder actually being complete. And I'm not rushing. I was kind of in a bit of a rush earlier in the year, but at this point I'm taking my time with it. And then you got like no blues right here. But yeah, I think they did a really good job with this set. I didn't really run into a lot of quality issues. I mean, it is a budget set, right? So you're gonna have some imperfections on the edges of the card. There's gonna be whitening bits on the edges sometimes. But I didn't really encounter an issue with like print lines, except for maybe like a couple of times. And it was on foil. One thing I will say though is with this is the variant. So this is the last page. This is the 100th card. This is the last page of all the base and parallels. And we go right into the variants. So the thing with the variants, I'm gonna move a little bit closer, maybe you can see, is there's some variation in the tones, the gray tones of the card. So like, this one has more of a gray blue, and then some of them have almost like a pink gray hue to them. And obviously that's probably a thing with the ink that they were using, and just the print runs, so there's going to be a little bit of difference in the way some of them look. But if you're not really staring at it too hard, I feel like you probably wouldn't notice. So I ended up putting all of these together. I think it works pretty nice. I like the way it looks. I wanted to keep the base cards and parallels all the same next to each other because it's the same artwork. So I put these all together. And I would say some of these are definitely better than others. And some of them are better than the actual base art. Like the Starfire, for example. So I took my original binder copy of this card and I got it autographed by Art Germ. And this is my favorite. I wish this was her base card. This is an absolutely gorgeous artwork they picked. And it goes with this comic cover, which I also got signed. So this is a really cool, really cool little piece of the collection that I got here. And they actually got a kick out of this. Him and his wife were looking at the card, and I don't know that they'd seen it before. So this might have been the first one that he signed, which was pretty fun. So yeah, all 100 base cards have their own unique variant art, and they do all say variant on the side, which is interesting. I could have just put it on the back, but that's okay. And then here you'll see it's blank. So this is where the color wheel parallels will go, and I don't have one to show as an example. But yes, so those are ePack exclusives. You had to combine 5 base digital cards to make one color wheel parallel. And then on that note, if you take, was it 5? It can't be 10, right? It might be 10. It's either 5 or 10 color wheels to make one color wheel sparkle. I think it's 10. So that's a lot. A really big commitment to really get every single parallel type for a base card. But I'm just settling for the base color wheel parallels, and I think I'm missing like 1 or 2. So I didn't want to send it to myself without having all of them. And then we're gonna go ahead and just skip to wherever that's supposed to end. Okay, so that'll end here. And then we go into the Night Terrors. So the Night Terrors are probably everybody's favorite insert. They are absolutely gorgeous, really unique artwork from that line of comics. I'll go ahead and take one out so you can see it better. So this is Superman's. It has a beautiful sheen to it. Really cool. I actually quite like this one. With like the ghostly skeleton grabbing him. Then you kind of get a little bit of information about it on the back. But yeah, that's great. Beautiful set. And then these also come in parallels, which I debated collecting, but decided against it. So they have reds, which are out of $1.99, and greens, which are out of $99. And the greens, in my opinion, are the coolest looking. They're beautiful. But yeah, the artwork on these is really neat. They did a great job with this insert. This one is probably everyone's favorite parallel to get. So this is just the base World's Finest cards. But they also come in sparkle parallels. So let me take out the Batman here. So this is what the base card looks like. And the colors, the gold foiling on the letters, I think it really makes the cards pop. And they chose really nice images for them. So I think they did a really good job on this insert as well. And the sparkle parallels are all out of 99. And a lot of people have been trying to collect the whole set. So, and I don't blame them because they look fantastic. The next set of inserts is the Dawn of DC. These ones are a little more simple, as you can see. So they all have the same background, but they're quite nice. Some of the artworks on these is really good, like the Batman one. Batman one looks really nice. They chose a great image there for that, I think. Get a little information, the cover there on the back. So that's pretty nice. Every insert set is 20 or less, except for, I think, the Night Terrors and the Backscatters and the Lenticulars. But the rest are 20 or 10. And then here you have Titan's Beast World, which is another comic series, comic line. These ones are, I know a lot of people aren't a huge fan of these. Especially like if you have no idea about it. Like I don't know much about the actual background. I just know what it's from. So it doesn't stand out as something out of place to me, but yeah. They're different creatures except for the Titans. The actual Titans have their own cards as well, and then this guy. And Amanda Waller. But yeah, so, you know, pretty decent one, I guess. But I liked that Starfire had a card in this insert set. So I got the parallel for that as well, and something else that's really cool that I will show you. These ones I like because they show the actual comic covers on them. So these are the #1 spots. And I'll just grab a random one out of the corner here. So you can see, again, we have the gold foiling. And this looks really nice. I think these are cool cards. These also come in sparkle parallels, along with the Beast Titan. Titan's Beast World cards. And all of the insert parallels are out of 99. And then here we get into some of the smaller ones. So here we have the Birds of Prey set, which is just 10 cards. There's a couple of really nice ones. I actually ended up getting the plate set for this one on e-pack, which was pretty cool. Didn't keep it, but super neat either way. Then we have the annual. So these ones also have their sparkle parallels out of 99. These ones are rookie cards. So Trinity, for example, says, as far as I can tell, this is in fact her first trading card, and it must be so for the rest. These ones are probably not as popular, but there's some really nice cards. Like Marilyn Moon Knight looks really good. Like, that's a nice looking card, you know? So there's a good opportunity to find new things to collect in this. And then here we have the Backscatters, which are fun. These are, for those who may not know, these are stickers. But nobody actually peels them, as far as I know. Maybe if you had duplicates. But yeah, so these are the Backscatters, and there are 25 of these. Yeah, they got some nice ones. Batman does not have a Backscatter. His Backscatter is actually an achievement on e-pack, so there are more. And I have some of them, but I probably won't end up getting them all because it's hard to get some of them. But yeah, those are fun. And then there are gold parallels of these, and those were 1 in 4 boxes for the gold parallels of all of these stickers. And then possibly my favorite set of my favorite insert is the lenticulars. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. So yeah, these are covers as well, and they're just super fun. So it's just a bunch of different images of the Titans. Really like, oh, I love this one right here. This is fantastic. Mostly because it has a really clear, the image is super clear. Some of them are a little bit not so. But yeah, Starfire's image looks really good in that one. Or like, I'm sure a lot of people like this one. So these are super cool. And there were 4 levels. So there's tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think it's 1 through, there's 40. So there's 40 total. 1 through 10, 11 through 19, 20 through 29, 30 through 40. Or yeah, something like that, I want to say. So the higher the tier is, the shorter the print. So this is all tier 1 and 2 into 3, and then so you can fit so many on the page. So tier 4 starts here with Nightwing, and let me just kind of turn it a little bit here so you can see it's focused on an individual character. Yeah, sorry, this is not super conducive to a giant binder. You got Donna Troy there, and then Flash, Tempest, Starfire, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Raven, which I actually pulled out of my case, so that was really cool. Who is this again? I think it's Dr. Hate, right? Yeah, this is Dr. Hate. And then Garo the Conqueror is the last one. So those are all of the lenticulars. But yeah, super colorful, really fun binder pages right there for those. And then perhaps the most challenging part of this journey that I still have not complete is, let me try and scoot this over a little bit more, are the suspended animations. So there's 50 suspended animation cards, which is absolutely insane. Or 45. I think there's 45. It's either 45 or 50, I don't remember. But there's a lot, and same thing with those. So you have your tier 1s that are numbered to $6.99, and then you have your tier 2s that are numbered to $3.99, tier 3s numbered to $1.99, and tier 4s rated or numbered to $99. So you have a lot of characters to collect for these, and they're all acetate. So I'll just pull him out really quick. So you can see these are all acetate. They got a nice little sheen to them, and then the numbers will all be in this corner here, and then you have the back. Pretty simple, not too much going on there. So this whole page is tier 1s. And then I'll scoot it back over a little bit here. You can see now I've got a couple of holes. And then about right here, we get into tier 2s. So we have out of $3.99s. And some of their choices for making who what is interesting. I wonder how they figure that out. And then this is probably the biggest page. So, yeah, my arm doesn't quite bend like that. So I'm just trying to finagle this for you guys so you can see it a little better. This page is probably, I would say, the most expensive. So once you get to about right here, it gets a little crazy. So we have Catwoman, which is a great looking card. And then Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. So funny enough, these cards pop up quite a lot for sale, but they typically don't last very long, especially the Batman. I've seen many Batmans go up for sale and they sell very quickly. I've seen them sell for anywhere from, I got my Batman, and I'll be totally upfront with how much I paid for it. I paid $120 for this. I've known people who've gotten it for $150. I've seen it sell for as much as $200. So it really just depends on how, where, and who you're buying it from. But I got him for less than I got Superman, and I got Superman for about $150 a couple of months ago. So, yeah. And I got this one from eBay, from a Chinese seller, before tariffs and everything. And then as far as the back here, so there will be 2 more, and then that'll be the end. So these will be the spots for Harley Quinn and Joker, which I do not have yet. Joker is probably the tier 4 I see the least. And Hal Jordan. I've only seen him pop up a few times, but he was pretty inexpensive. So yeah, that's the binder. I do have a few extra pages. I'm not sure that I'm going to put anything in them, but if I think of something, I definitely can add more stuff in here. So I'm excited to get the color wheel parallels in there, and I'm excited to fill this out. I will have the greens finished before anything else, and then blues will be my last, and then the other inserts I'm missing, and then blues will be the last thing I go for because they're way more common than some of the other cards. So I'm going to go ahead and move this very heavy binder, which is probably almost 10 pounds. And I'm going to show you guys some of the other stuff that I have related to the set here. So we're just going to adjust the camera again. I really appreciate your patience if you're still here dealing with my unique camera skills. So we already went over the art germ stuff there. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of my non-binder copy rainbows for Starfire here. So first things first, we'll start with some of the higher numbered stuff / non-numbered things. Okay, so here I have a second copy of her lenticular. I also have the comic cover for this. I didn't pull that out, but I do have a post of it on my Instagram. Let me move the light a little bit here. So there's her lenticular, which is nice. And then we have her out of 99 Beast World Sparkle. And this one is 7 out of 99. Super nice card. Bought this one on eBay a long time ago, shortly after the set came out. It was quite some time before the set was on e-pack, and I just didn't feel like waiting, I guess. Here is my second copy of her. This top loader is very dusty. This is my second copy of her suspended animation. And then this beautiful gold linearity. I mean, they did a fantastic job on that, I will tell you. It absolutely looks gorgeous. And this is out of 88. Really hard to see, but it's right there. 26. Is that 26? Yeah, 26 out of 88. So for some of these, depending on the artwork, it's almost impossible to see the numbering. And then let's go ahead and look at some other parallels here. So now we have the hologram. Almost forgot what it was called. So here's her hologram, and I put this in a one touch because it's a gorgeous card. And the numbering for this one is in the same place. So that is 14 out of 24. And if you're not familiar, for annual, they number them based on the starting year. So in this case, DC Annual 2024-25. So every hologram is numbered to 24. And that's a great looking card. Pretty clean as well. I didn't really have any intention to grade any of these, and I probably won't. I just want to display them on my desk. And here we have a Starfire Crystal Clear. I found somebody on e-pack that had one, and I messaged them and I was like, hey, and I bought it from them. So yeah, that's how I got it. Super excited to grab this because it was literally the first one I'd seen. I had never seen one pop up on eBay. I hadn't seen anybody talk about getting one. So I have her Crystal Clear here, which is awesome. Not really a huge Plexi collector, but I had to have this one. And just a note as well, this is not the alpha. They are not numbered in that way. All of them will say 1 of 10. So this is 1 out of 10 different cards of that type. And last but not least for Starfire, as far as cards are concerned, we have the achievement plates. So this is for her Beast World insert. So we have the yellow printing plate. We have the black printing plate. The blue printing plate. Cyan, I guess. And then the magenta printing plate. So this was pretty cool. I'll go ahead and grab that really fast just so you guys can kind of see. So these were the plates used in making those cards. I'm not a humongous plate collector, but I really wanted to have something like this for her, especially in the inaugural Upper Deck DC line of cards. So that was a really fun one to get. This I actually got in a trade on ePack. So the story behind that, super short. I actually pulled a 1 of 1 of Gorilla Grodd from a pack on there, and I used it as trade bait for that. So yeah, that's what I did. And then a couple of other fun cards I've got here. So I have a couple of other golds. So I have Raven here. I just really like this card, and I pulled this one as well on ePack. So that was fun. I definitely kept that. And then I got this one in a trade. So I got myself a Livewire. As a big Electro collector, as you can see, I thought, you know, it would be kind of fun to have a parallel villain like that for DC. So I decided to collect her. And I think the card looks really good. And then I have her hologram as well. So this one got from a friend, which was really awesome. He happened to have it, and I had another hologram that I traded him for it. So there it is. Looks great. It's a really beautiful looking card. And then probably the craziest thing I ever pulled, and I have a short and a video on my channel about it, but in my first ever box of DC Annual, I pulled this gorgeous Joker hologram. Probably one of the coolest things I'll ever pull. I was super stoked. It blew my mind, honestly, that I even got this. I was very excited for that. So yeah, that was a really cool, pull to get. I've seen a couple of them pop up since ePack came into the picture, but yeah. And then as far as sketch cards go, so this isn't, I have one more, but I don't have it here. But these are 2 DC Annual sketch cards I have on hand that are official from the set. So I'll show you this one first, and I need to get a booklet case for it. But this is a Teen Titans Ready for Action sketch booklet that I picked up. And this is, the artist is Isaiah Botello. But I got it for a really good price, and I was super excited to have this representation of all of them in here. Thought it was pretty sweet. So got that really awesome sketch card there. And then this one is, honestly, I was super excited that the person who had this card in their account was willing to sell it to me. I think he had actually posted it on a Facebook marketplace, or like in one of the groups. So I picked it up for what I consider to be an absolute steal. And this is a Mitch Ballard sketch of the Titans, with Starfire in the forefront, center of the card here. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I think this is more of her older design, but it looks so good. He did an amazing job on the details on this card, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have this in my collection. I need to pick up more one-touches. I don't have any more, but this will definitely not be in a top loader forever. But it's an absolutely gorgeous card. You can see his signature down here. Super, super happy to have that. It looks beautiful. I had several people reach out to me asking if it was available. And I was like, nope, I actually paid for this one, so I'm keeping that. But yeah, that was really cool to get. And then I have a couple more that are not set related, and I'm gonna end on that. So I have a couple of sketch cards. I'm gonna go ahead and show this one first. So this card is from Mental Con, and if you're not familiar, it was a charity event, a charity auction event where a bunch of artists drew sketch cards and other size media for collectors like me and you to auction on, and all the funds would go to whatever cause is selected. So I think this is their second year doing that now. But this is one of the sketches I picked up, and when I saw it there, I was like, I absolutely have to have that. So this is a awesome sketch of Starfire by Jomar Bulda. And then he has a little chibi, I think that's him, I'm assuming, a little chibi version of himself on the back there. But this is a triple panel sketch of Starfire. I was floored when I picked this up. I feel like it should have gone for a lot more than it did, but it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. So happy he decided to draw her, and I just need to find a big enough thing to put it in. I think I might have to look on eBay for some custom ones, but yeah. So then last but not least, I have a Starfire sketch done by my friend Donnie Real McCoy. A lot of you might know him, but we set up a trade back in like February, and it took a little bit just because there was different things I was giving him, different things he was giving me, and since he was working on some sketch cards for me, which he also did that Electra right there, he wanted to take his time, and yeah, this is the result. So he drew this epic sketch of Starfire for me, and I'm so happy to have some really truly beautiful pieces of art of this character in my collection. And it's been a real blast collecting this set. I'm really excited to see what else Upper Deck comes up with, but I think once my binder is complete, I might look at, doing another little show and tell type of thing, just so that, everybody can see what it looks like completed with everything, and, hopefully have some more sketch card acquisitions at that point or something. But yeah, so super fun, had a blast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the binder rundown and seeing all the extras and goodies. If you are collecting for this set, let me know. Like, what are you looking for? Are you just kind of collecting random stuff? Are you trying to complete something? Are you trying to, actually master it? Let me know. I'm curious to see what you guys are doing with this set, or if you're skipping it and just waiting for Batman Metal or something different, like Fleer or Masterpieces type of sets. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.